superior tactics. Perfect coordination. This is what made you a ghost. Now, others believe they can take you down.
It's time to prove they're wrong. That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. Ghost Wars Open Beta from the 21st up to the 25th. I have uploaded the video where I was talking about how to prepare for the PvP, and there was some haters like, why are you such a tryhard? I hope your arrogance hunts you down in the PvP. I'm gonna own some scrubs. Well, during the Ghost Wars Open Beta, I will be streaming for around 100 hours, so you can tune in and see how the real boys can handle the heat. On top of that, I will be also streaming Ghost Recon Wildlands today, where I will be preparing myself in the PvE, and there is one more thing, I had to take down the video about 5 tips and tricks how to prepare for the future. Well, now I'm re-uploading this video because it is legit. I hope I'm going to see you on my stream. I hope I will be see you in the PvP, because this shit is fire! Let's roll the intro. I have 5 tips and tricks to increase your survivability while playing PvE. Just to be completely accurate, the following footage does not have anything to do with the PvP, and those 5 tips and tricks are only for PvE. Please, let me explain. Even before we started with the tips, I have one tip for you. Next time you go and play the Ghost Recon Wildlands, turn on the options, click the graphics, and reduce your graphics on minimal. The reason why is you're gonna see your enemies without any problem. Shadows, the detail of the objects, and vegetation have a big impact on your sight towards the enemies, so I'm strongly recommending you to reduce everything on minimal, and if you really cannot play with the Tetris style of a game, you can bump up the texture quality and that's it. The less objects is in the area, the easier it's gonna be for you to spot the enemy. And the shadow effects have a huge impact and on your frame rate, and definitely has an impact on the way how lightning system works in the Ghost Recon Wildlands. And do you remember that video where I was doing the best loadout number 1 with the AK-12 and with the G28? Yeah, I got shit on that video just because on the beginning of the video the graphics looked like crap. Well, they looked like crap because I was playing without shadows. I started to use this tactic way before. Tip number 2. Play with the naked gun. I was thinking, what is the best way to learn how to handle the weapon properly? I just strip all attachments out of the weapon and I'm gonna get the raw feeling of the weapon. I'm gonna learn his kicks, I'm gonna learn his everything, and when I learn that, I can understand more reliably how to put those modifications on, right? Nah, just play with the naked gun. You can use the optics, because we all know that iron sight sucks. I recommend you to use optics, but play with the naked gun. It is gonna drastically increase your understanding into the weapon. Tip number 3. Learn to shoot in the first person. But Eroktic, why? The reason why you need to learn how to aim properly in the first person is because usually, even myself, I like to play in the third person. But the first person is way more accurate and it has way less recoil. So when you are playing with a naked gun, you're gonna understand how aiming through the first person is gonna increase your accuracy and reduce the recoil. On the beginning you're like, dude, what the hell, this is not the proper tip. You see, in the Ghost Recon Wildlands, the animation when you're going from the third person to the first person is snappy. What I mean by that is when you're entering from the third person in the first person, you will have to re-aim. The position where you pre-aimed won't be on the same spot. Which is gonna bring us to our 4th tip. Focus on shooting in the crouched and stationary position. The reason why is because it is the same reason like a tip number 3. Going in crouched mode and going in prone mode is gonna drastically increase your accuracy and decrease the recoil, and when you are stationary and not moving, it is gonna increase your accuracy and decrease your recoil even more. So my strong recommendation is stay on the same spot crouched, look with the third person, find the target, go in the first person, peek, shoot while stationary. practice this as often as possible, it is gonna drastically increase your survivability in future. And my tip number 5, always go on higher grounds. This tip is the ultimate tip for all the games that have third-person perspective. The reason why is when you're standing on the higher grounds and when you're in the third person, your angle of sight is gonna be drastically higher than your opponent's if he's on a lower altitude than yourself. Oh, and by the way, when you're playing like that, here is the extra tip. Do not use any rebel actions, which means do not use spotting. You can use the drone here and there, but don't even use the drone. Learn to find the target with your own eyes. I hope you guys are gonna understand my tips that I'm giving you. Thank you guys for watching and see you in the next one. Dr. Eroktic out.